Welcome to Oilers Nation Every Day with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
On today's show, I rank the Canadian government officials that I would have been okay with being in their locker room if they won gold. Let's get into it with the lead. Oh. And now for an eloquent Cash Patel take. Leave it to Team USA to have somewhere between 14 and 25 minutes before they turned their historic gold medal win into a hilarious controversy where everyone in the country turns on each other.
It's a shame.
No, it's not.
It's a shame in the sense of, like, hockey was so good at the Olympics.
So good.
And then immediately, as soon as it ended, the American government made themselves the main character. For no reason.
Yeah, they really didn't have to do that other than the fact that those two individuals, who we won't say, kind of like Voldemort's name, the algorithm will pick them up and tank the whole show. They really got to make it about themselves. But anyways.
Can't believe you said his name.
Welcome into Oilers Nation Every Day. We're live from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online at sportscloset.ca. 3 locations in the Edmonton area as well. We are back to game day editions of the show tomorrow.
8:30 puck drop.
Yeah.
What a way to get back into things.
Puck drop will be 14 and a half hours after what puck drop of the Canada gold medal game was. Crazy to think about.
Sick.
The show is brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. What do you think the money line is tomorrow? Oilers Ducks.
I guess the Oilers are the favorites. Minus 140.
Minus 125.
Well, it's probably the factor of McDavid might not play.
Potentially. He potentially may not play. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. Some lineup notes from the Edmonton Oilers. We had a trade today in the NHL. Michael Menzies will join us, our friend from OilersNation.com and the pre- and post-game shows with Aaron. We're going to save our Team Canada 2030 rosters, all of those kinds of takes, and Liam has put together his 2030 roster.
I did a lot of research on it, too, in terms of how rosters have been built in the past with, like, returning players, players who were maybe rookies the last time the Olympics came around prior to getting picked. So go easy on me. Yeah, give your own takes. Obviously, nothing's right or wrong.
No.
Because this is 2026.
There's some comments in the YouTube chat, so let's get into a few of those. Mulick is in. So do you sit both Dry and McDavid for the next 3 games? The lineup notes for the Edmonton Oilers are this. No Kasperi Kapanen for at least the first 2. Adam Henrique is back. And while we haven't really heard much about Leon Draisaitl, there's been a little bit about Connor McDavid. But I will say, I've read a few headlines, and the headlines make it seem more of a sure thing than it is. And maybe I'm totally missing something here, but the quote from Knobloch that Menzies had in his piece was, quote, when he exactly joins the team and when he's ready to play, we'll obviously have to have some conversations with him. Is he joining the team today? Is he joining the team tomorrow? Is the conversation, hey, are you playing tonight? Yes. Great. Are you feeling good? Yes. Great. I haven't seen anything that's all that decisive. People are acting like he's definitely not playing tomorrow. Have they totally 100% ruled him out?
No, I haven't seen anything that would rule him out. I think one thing, when McDavid wrote that Player Tribune article, the Dear Canada one / I Love Edmonton, he said in there, he mentioned how hard he took the Game 7 loss, and then obviously the Game 6 loss last season too. We didn't hear anything about him after, but even in his post-game interviews, he was very pissed. I wonder if he just takes losses so hard that he needs a couple of days to kind of regroup. You know what I mean? And I mean, to be fair, he just absolutely dominated the games and was the best player there. The one thing I'll ask Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers, let's take these 3 games seriously. As much as Dave Pagnotta yesterday was you're still in a good spot, I do disagree on that side of things, but I also get it. These are 3 very big games, and the Oilers need to win at least 2 of them.
You are in a good spot, but you are not so far into a good spot that you can afford to go below 500 on this road trip, which is why I think you need Connor and Leon in the lineup if they're available. Again, if they would have won 5 more games in the first half of the season, or even 4 more games,
man, 1 more game might have been a bit different.
yeah, like, then sure, but like the Anaheim Ducks are 1 point back of you with 2 games in hand. If you lose that hockey game, it becomes difficult to stay ahead of the Anaheim Ducks this season. The Los Angeles Kings are 4 points back of you with 2 games in hand. If you lose that game to the Los Angeles Kings, the path gets difficult. And not insurmountable, not impossible. I'm not trying to like be, fear-mongering or anything like that, but the reality is that they're in a tight divisional race, and all year when they struggled and lost games and they couldn't beat the East and had bad road trips and blah, 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 we said wait till late in the season. They play all these weak Pacific Division teams. That's where they'll make up their ground. We also said they were supposed to make up their ground on the homestand, and they fell flat on their face. So, again, the Oilers, you can't stumble again. You've stumbled too many times to stumble through this trip.
The other side of it, too, and I imagine Henrique will get activated tomorrow morning. They'll just keep doing a crew as much as they can, understandably. Maybe we'll even see a call-up for Szymanski, for example. Maybe, I guess Savoy, too, would probably be called up and play in this game. Right?
Yes, very, very likely.
So, on that side of things, if somehow Draisaitl and McDavid don't play, you're putting a lot on Adam Henrique in his first game back. To basically be your second-line center, assuming Nuge will be the first, they can't put Roslovic as a center tomorrow in this hypothetical that neither of them play, McDavid and Draisaitl, because you're already down a couple of players. So we'll see what happens. I think one of them plays, and I think it's Draisaitl. I think McDavid might be back for LA.
Again, Connor McDavid not playing against Anaheim would not be surprising to me.
No. You kind of said this before the break, too.
Yeah. Again, it's a tight turnaround. Draisaitl's had a week off, so if he's not playing, it's injury. Like, that's not rest if Leon Draisaitl doesn't play tomorrow. So that would probably be more concerning. You're right. McDavid, if he can't go, I think he would be fully ready to jump in the lineup on Thursday, especially if the Oilers lose. Like, again, every point is big right now. We are on game 50. Tomorrow's game 59 of the season, and the Edmonton Oilers have lost more games than they've won this year. I don't mean to be alarmist again, but that is a problem.
What do you think of Fish the 306's question? He said, do we think Edmonton is actually good? Are they in the same class as Dallas, Colorado, and Minnie? I'll just go first. No, they are not in that class yet. But in a 7-game series, I wouldn't rule them out against Colorado. Dallas, I think they can be better than Dallas. Colorado is obviously what they are. They made a trade today. We'll talk about that. Minnesota's dominated them all year. Do I think the Oilers are good? I think so.
Me too.
I think they're good. I'm not convinced by it. If the pause wasn't even supposed to be for a fact.
That was super confident.
Yeah, I'm super convincing. I think they're fine. How about that? I don't think they're good. What do you think they're good?
I think they're good, but not great. I think those teams you're comparing them to are great.
Yeah.
I think the Edmonton Oilers are a good team with a great ceiling.
Sure.
The things that need to happen for them to reach that ceiling is they need to get goaltending, and they need some other forwards to get going. But if that were to happen, I can squint and chart a path to the Edmonton Oilers having a great season and being a great team. Right now, they are not a great team.
You're much better with words than I.
On the bubble of the inner
That's
circle.
why I do the ad reads.
Even when you leave, I ask Aaron to do the ad reads now. I just can't get through them.
That's okay.
I got to get reading
Pick
more.
each other up.
I was going to say, everyone plays a role.
As Chumbawamba once said, I get knocked down, but I get back up again.
Well,
You're never going to keep me down.
I get knocked down. You know what album I played the other day? That was really good.
I'm assuming not Chumbawambas.
No, I'm not even quite sure if they had a full album.
You listen to music?
I do sometimes. The full front to back it, because Amber had a soccer game on the south side, so it was like a 40-minute drive. Front to back, 2005's Monkey Business by the Black Eyed Peas.
Hell yeah.
Some absolute sneaky bangers in there.
They have got some hits.
Yeah, they've got hits. They've got deep cuts.
Yeah, they were good back in the day.
They had a good run.
You know, one song I always think about, and we listened to it when we were in Florida the first time. That is it called LA Life by Fergie, but it's like a remix.
Oh, yeah, with YG.
God, that is a good song.
That is a good song.
Fergie had some bangers too.
Fergie did have some bangers.
I say bring. Do you know Will.i.am was in an episode of The Rookie?
Shut up.
I swear to God. Yeah, he was.
It always comes back to the rookie.
Yeah. The fish ad continued on. Are they better than Vegas?
Yes.
I think they're just as good. Those teams are just as good as each other.
Both flawed.
Yeah, both flawed and will likely lose to one of the teams in the Central.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done.
Megan is in. Watch Tyler's hit on Morning Cuppa, and he was great defending McDavid and curling. So good. It's so hard to watch.
Wow, you guys got into the curling.
I forced him to. I said as compensation for me waking up early to do this show. And Tuesdays, as you know, are the day I have to do all these shows. So I said as compensation for that, you guys need to let me have 60 seconds on curling. And I did.
Nice. That's
It was
good.
great. Stood up for our friend Mark Kennedy. This Buckaroo Bandit guy keeps commenting on all my shows that I'm on today. And he says that I look like a magician when I don't shave.
I think it's in reference to like the pencil stashes kind of back in the day here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I had one.
I'm also like, I'll be honest, I've just been lazy for like a week. But yeah, but he commented, Yaremchuk the Great, world's most mysterious magician.
He's from England, the Buckaroo, I believe.
Really?
I believe he is the gentleman that always comments on Bag Milk Show. Better late than never.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong. But is he the English Dangerous Wade? Maybe.
But yeah, I went on Morning Cuppa today, stood up for Team Canada a little bit, stood up for Connor McDavid mainly, and kind of said, like, everyone loves pointing their fingers at Connor McDavid, but it's a team of superstar players who could not score goals. So, like, come on. I think there's an unfair amount of this hate being put on Connor McDavid.
Let me see if I can find this quickly. Here it is. From a gentleman on Twitter called Jean-François CBA. And they had a great point on McDavid. So McDavid's getting criticized because he's the best player, but no one is there to support him. Crosby and Ovechkin won 4 cups, 2 Olympics. They have never been the best scorer on their teams during those runs. McDavid has been the best scorer 4 times on 2 playoff runs and 2 tournament teams. He continued on. He said, you can't win alone. Hellebuck may have stole the game, but he didn't score those goals. It's very rare to see a player stepping up when McDavid doesn't have a point. They won the 4 Nations, but Binnington made incredible saves. Someone did his job. And I'm piecing together a little bit of an article right now too. My final thoughts on the Winter Games. And I put one thing in there of just being like, the first point is, yesterday, there was a few people in there, and it's fine. Super Wing was against us, saying, like, he felt like McDavid deserved more criticism on the overtime goal. We obviously moved away from that point. Whatever, like, you blame who you want. But I think at some point, we just need to acknowledge the greatness of some of these players that we're watching, and, like, we beg for best on best hockey. We saw Hellebuck do what Hellebuck does best. We saw McDavid dominate an entire tournament. We saw Macklin Celebrini on the world stage for the first time. He would have broke the record for the most points by a male Olympic athlete, and on the men's side, I guess. Yeah. But McDavid was on his team.
Yeah.
And we're just sat here.
McDavid was on his line.
Yeah, on his line. And we're just sat here, like, and we obviously have to criticize it, and we've done it too, and we all will, but it's just like, it still was an awesome event. And it's just unfortunate Canada didn't win, and the standard is gold. And if you don't win gold, it's a disappointment. I know Ryan was in the chat too, being like, seems like we're sore losers because we got, like, silver's still good. Silver is still obviously a good thing to get at the end of the day. But Connor McDavid and the rest of those players aren't hanging a silver medal on the wall right away.
Nope.
Ever. If they get the gold,
sure.
But those guys aren't looking back being like, I won silver at the Olympics once.
It's different when you're a hockey player.
It's a lot different.
Yeah.
It's a team event too.
Yeah.
You lose gold. You don't win silver.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. In some of those other events, like the downhill skiing, like there is a little bit of like, you came in second.
It's very good.
Be proud. But like, yeah, when you lose the gold, it's different. 8 angry nuns with a good comment. Drinks a vodka drink. Here's a whiskey drink. There you go. Keep the Chumbawamba going. Fish is in. I could personally never watch Olympic hockey again. The first 3 games is a complete waste of time, not in our time zone. I disagree. I think if you were, again, the Canada games were still fun to watch these guys all play together, and the other games outside of Canada were pretty much all bangers and all really good.
They were really fun to watch. I think one other thing I learned from the event is just like the national pride and like how that does elevate teams, and like games are a lot more competitive than I think we all assume. Like the fact Italy, like they did not win a game, but I think we all looked at them and were like, damn, that was a way better than we anticipated them being. I think they got blown out in the last game, if I'm not mistaken, but I think it was good.
All right, we got a trade to talk about today in the NHL. So let's get into it, and it's going to be brought to you by our friends at Derek Dodge. It's the beginning of a new chapter for Derek Dodge. They are under new ownership, bringing a fresh approach, new energy, and a renewed focus on customer experience. And right now, they have an unbeatable deal. With every vehicle purchase, you will receive a trip for two to Las Vegas. You heard that right. You leave the lot with your new vehicle, and flights and accommodations for a trip for two to Vegas are on them. That is tough to beat. Visit them, Derek Dodge, 6211 104th Street Northwest, or online at derekdodge.com. Brett Kulak is on the move. He will play for his third team of the year, Liam.
Congrats,
he is
Brett.
going to the Colorado Avalanche. It is Kulak from Pittsburgh to Colorado. Sam Girard, 27-year-old defenseman, going from Colorado to Pittsburgh. The Penguins also picking up a second-round pick in this deal. So Colorado goes for a more veteran player in Brett Kulak. They give up a second-round pick. They give up a guy in Girard, 27 left shot. Over the last, I'll call it, year and a half, has started to mold himself into more of a solid defensive player.
Okay.
But the other thing that Colorado gets in this is they get $2.25 million in cap space opened up, which is probably why they had to give up the second-round pick in this deal. What was your instant reaction to this?
On the surface level, I thought, after I kind of pieced it all together, I was like, oh, they actually got a good return for Kulak.
Amazing, I think.
Yeah. I just, like, there's one side of this I just want to say. I don't care that Brett Kulak was traded again.
I don't care that you hurt your elbow.
I'm going to say it.
You kind of look like that guy.
How dare. For me, like, when the others move on from players, I get over it pretty quick. And I try not to look at it like, oh, now, like, this is just Jari for whatever the rest of the trade would be. I just don't like doing that. I don't think that's fair to do. What I'll say is Kyle Dubas is doing a hell of a job with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I was going to say, it's fair if you're talking about it from a Dubas perspective.
Sure. But, like, from the Oilers' perspective, like, the Oilers needed a goalie. Brett Kulak was asked for them. They were never going to get that kind of return for Brett Kulak. Oh. They weren't. Well, they couldn't, because they couldn't take on that cap hit.
I know, yeah.
So it is what it is. And I think it's a good trade for Colorado in the sense of they got a little bit bigger on their blue line. Mm-hmm. But what I will say from an Oilers perspective is Brett Kulak was their worst defenseman this season.
For that first month and a half, he was, yep.
And I think Colorado is now that Colorado has got him, it doesn't magically make Brett Kulak a better player. He's still lacking foot speed. Yep. He's still not the player he was a couple of years ago. I think he's a good player to have around. This trade, to me, doesn't make Colorado any better than they were yesterday. To me, this, just like you stated, opens up more cap space for them to do something else. And that's when I think we can fully say what the Colorado Avalanche are. Do you think they're better? They're probably maybe the same, even, or maybe even like slightly worse. And not like a big margin, but like a little bit.
So here's the reason why this trade is so interesting to me, is because of what's going to happen next. Pittsburgh swaps Kulak for Girard. Are they better? Are they worse? I think they're largely the same, but they still have $10.5 million in cap space this year. They now have in the next 4 drafts, they have 9 second-round picks. Pittsburgh.
Nice.
And in the next 4 drafts, they have 7 third-round picks and all their first-round picks. With all the, here's a great tweet from Pagnotta. The Penguins currently have 20 draft picks in the first 3 rounds of the NHL draft over the next 4 drafts. That's the most among NHL clubs.
Rebuilding on the fly.
I don't think Pittsburgh's done.
Oh, I don't think so either. I don't think I said at the start of the season they're going to be a very interesting team if they become good, because they have the core to win a Stanley Cup. Crosby, Malkin, Carlson, the rest of the gang. But the rest of them didn't even seem like NHL players.
Yeah.
But now they are playing really well and they're probably going to make the playoffs. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to win the Stanley Cup by any means. My point was they have superstar players capable of doing it.
You know who I think they're a sneaky team to watch on?
Who?
Jordan Kyrou.
Do they have Their prospect pool isn't that good, though.
Would you trade Rutger McGroarty and
Yes.
and 3 second round picks for him?
But is Rutger McGroarty damaged goods now? I mean, I know that's just your
Maybe.
example, but just like...
If you're St. Louis, though, you might like him. Wouldn't that be interesting?
I'd take Graham Pickering more, or whatever that guy's
Sure,
name.
Owen
Owen Pickering, sorry. Graham's his brother.
Anyways, I think Pittsburgh's a sneaky team to watch now because Dubas has done such a good job accumulating assets and accumulating cap space. Again, still has $10.5 million. This summer, he's going to have north of $50 million in cap space. I think Pittsburgh's a team to watch here because I think they're going to try add. I think they're going to sit there and go, we just got a second-round pick. We had enough of those. Let's try to move some of these second-round picks now and do something of substance because if Pittsburgh plays the New York Islanders in the first round of the playoffs, who are you like? That's a toss-up, coin flip. Pittsburgh might be the favorites.
I'd take the Islanders in 6.
Maybe because of Sorokin.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
But
Well,
still,
to
like
be
if you're the
honest, but
Penguins, you'd believe in that scenario.
Yeah.
It's not like you'd be going up against the Canes in round 1. This isn't, Utah getting the Colorado Avalanche in round 1, right? Someone said Kindle. I don't think they'll trade Kindle.
No.
But I think Kindle makes McGroarty expendable.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Kindle's played more NHL games than McGroarty already,
Yeah.
which is something.
So, again, I think Pittsburgh's a sneaky team to watch. And then the other side of this is like, I agree with you. Is Colorado any scarier right now than they were 24 hours ago? No. But why is Colorado freeing up this money? Again, getting rid of Girard for next season, there's probably a little bit of that they didn't mind either. But Girard wasn't such an albatross contract that like they couldn't have just moved him at the draft. I know they've tried before, but like they could have found a taker for him this summer when teams find a bunch of cap space. So why are they paying to do this right now? Sam Malinsky's had a great year. That's probably part of it is like their future plans and how they view their right side is changing, or how they view their blue line, I should say, because Girard's a lefty, is changing a little bit. But like, why Colorado can now fit in an $8.7 million cap hit at the deadline? Why do they want that space?
Nazem Kadri.
Mulick just said it, and I was going to say it
did
too.
he?
I think it's Kadri. Reunite them
That's
there.
when I would be worried about them.
If they go
I'm worried now. But
if they go get Kadri to play 3C, yeah.
That'd be pretty good. I really don't like Andrew's comment. And Andrew said that the Oilers have no assets. Can you scroll up a little bit so I can read it correctly?
Andrew's negative.
Andrew, thank you for watching. Said, meanwhile, we have no assets, no cup, and a closing window, and a potentially injured McDry. So, okay, well, they're not. The careers aren't over.
Correct.
David and Draisaitl might miss a game or two.
Yeah, these aren't season enders.
No, they're fine. The Oilers have assets. I don't know why this is such a narrative around the team. They have players to trade. You don't need endless assets to make deals in the NHL. You can make one trade and it might change everything.
Yep.
And they have first-round picks. They have prospects to trade.
They could trade their 27, 28, or 29 first rounder this year.
They have plenty to work with.
Second rounders in 3 straight years, too. They don't have a surplus of assets, but they could make trades if they want to.
Yeah, you don't
You
need
could
a
trade Ike
ton.
Howard if you wanted to.
Yeah, totally. You could trade Quinn Hudson. You could trade
Boakey.
Connor Unger if you wanted to. Like this, they have guys to move. It's not they have pieces, and I just hate that narrative. And I'm not picking on you, Andrew. You just made the comment, but this is just such a bad narrative around the Oilers that they have no assets. But every contending team basically has the same amount of assets, and you just make it work. That's what I'll say on the matter.
Yep.
We don't have as many assets as Pittsburgh because we're good. Well, supposed to be good.
Well, yeah, because the Oilers have also, like, they've been trading first-round picks at every single... It's 3 straight deadlines now. They've traded a first-round pick.
Yeah. I just don't think it's fair.
First-round pick and then some, right? Like, the Ekholm deal was a first and Reed Schaefer. The Henrique deal was obviously a first. Last year, it was a first for Wallman, and then you traded more picks to get Frederick. Like,
you traded Max Warner, who had 2 points in the AHL.
Yeah.
And someone saw him as an asset. Mm-hmm. I just think you don't need a ton to make trades. Like, sometimes you can just get them out of nothing. Mm-hmm. And you just got to be willing to make them.
Okay, Nick, you can stop commenting it. Jari's not getting moved by the deadline. It's not happening. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, block him. Block him. What a lunatic. Calm down, Nick. Jesus. He's commenting on him too fast.
Jesus.
Did you get him? Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him. See you, Nick. Wow.
Jeez, that is not... Nick, you're new here? That's not how we operate, okay? Calm down.
I don't think they'll trade him, though.
No, I don't think they're going to trade Tristan Jarry before the trade deadline. He is the topic of our podcast question that we'll get to a little bit later on. But yeah, the big news of the day: Kulak to Colorado for Sam Girard and a second-round pick. Colorado has cap space. What are they going to do with it? Pittsburgh has a bunch of assets now. What are they going to do with them? And there you go.
A lot of comments about Bowman right now. I know D has kind of been in talking about it. Someone just dropped in Jackson and said they're moving the team in the wrong direction.
You can't say that.
I can say that about Jackson. I've not been a big fan of him, to be honest. He drives me. I just didn't like the idea of that. Like, it's hard to explain, but like he put the others backwards with his aggressiveness.
With that July one, yeah.
And I know
we all loved it in the moment.
looked in the moment.
Yeah.
Now you look back and you're like, damn, that might have put the others back a few years.
We have breaking news from Edmonton Oilers practice.
Really? Draisaitl's on the ice.
Leon Draisaitl is on the ice in a normal sweater, talking to Chris Knobloch. All reports are he's good to go.
Phew.
Andrew must feel silly right now.
Come on, Andrew.
Also, commenting things multiple times in the chat. Almost got Joel a part-time job as a co-host. So
Fair.
that.
We have set a standard.
And Joel is back today, too.
Nice. Welcome back, Joel. So Jay Fresh, who's the numbers guy, but also a Penguins guy, he tweeted like Tristan Jarry for Stuart Skinner, Sam Girard, and 2 second-round picks is pretty good. Someone said, let's see what you get for Skinner. One person on Twitter, I almost want you to guess, because it's a ridiculous goalie take, but it's mean for us to throw names out there. But I want you to guess at what Oilers account tweeted this. Let's see what you get for Skinner. And the quote tweet is, a first or second wouldn't surprise me.
For Skinner?
Yeah.
I don't know. Go on, tell me.
Well, let's just say Nathaniel Day is still not in the NHL.
Oh, my God.
I knew you'd get a laugh out of that. They're not getting a first or second round pick for Stuart Skinner. And I love Stu, and I still believe in Stu. And I actually think whoever trades for Stuart Skinner is probably going to be pretty happy, and I think Stuart Skinner is going to have a good NHL career. But good Lord, they're not getting a first round pick.
Jesus.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are not getting a first round pick for Stuart Skinner.
No.
You can look when all-star caliber, superstar caliber goalies get traded at the deadline. It's for first round picks.
Logan Thompson was 2 second-round picks, by the way.
2/3.
Was it 2/3?
2/3.
All right, let's look at what goalies have been traded for the last few years.
It's like Ryan Miller was a first round pick when he was in his prime.
There is Jonas Korpisalo and Gavrikov combined was a first-round pick.
Gavrikov.
Yeah, that wasn't him. Yeah, not much. Jeez Louise, a first-round pick. Yeah. Like, this is why Twitter's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'll say. Nathaniel Day, by the way, now a backup in the ECHL.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Markstrom got a first. Yeah, Markstrom retained got a first.
Yeah.
Again.
Good goalie.
And he got Kevin Ball. So he got 2 assets, I guess, but still. God, that's so funny. That's so funny. Listen, do I think they could flip Stuart Skinner? Absolutely. I could see like a Carolina or someone maybe nibbling around on a Stu Skinner.
Why would Pittsburgh trade him?
Because I think they'll call up Blomqvist and run Blomqvist-Shelovs for the rest of the year.
No, I understand that side of it, but like a week before the Olympics, we're all talking about how foolish the others were because Skinner's look so good.
Yeah.
But I don't think Pittsburgh's blowing this shit up. They're trying to make the playoffs. You got a goalie there
in the playoffs.
Yeah, you got a goalie there who's been to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish the others had him. Got a goalie that kind of experience. I just don't see a scenario where Skinner gets traded, to be honest. Kulak, I understand you got an NHL defenseman back. Like, yeah. I think they want to make the playoffs. I think Kyle Dubas and Sidney Crosby, well, more Crosby, I guess, and like Malkin and those guys, like they're gonna have a standard. And it's like we want to play meaningful games to end our career.
Honto Mo, the Oilers pro scouting blows. I don't know why anyone would be excited by them making a trade. I don't know if that's a fair comment. This pro scouting group got him Podkolzin. This pro scouting group brought in Roslovic.
Kapanen.
Hyman. Well, not this group. That'd be Holland's group, but
I think it's a pretty similar group, though, no? Either way.
Regardless.
Like that guy probably isn't talking about, like, he's in errors. I think he's talking generality. Is that a word?
D. White, if the Oilers don't get back to the Stanley Cup final in the next 3 years, will you admit Bowman is Peter Chiarelli 2.0? I mean,
if I remember this comment in 3 years, sure.
Well, that too. Yeah, man. And if they win 3 Stanley Cups, are you going to come in here and admit you were wrong? Or are you going to say that they just did it all in spite of Bowman or some shit like that? Whatever. Can't win every trade. No, you can't. Every team makes bad trades.
You want to talk about the Connor Unger stuff? Because a few people have just mentioned it. Connor Unger was sent to the ECHL, I think.
So that was going to be my first Is It Cake question for you.
Oh, okay.
So we can get into Is It Cake if you'd like.
I'd love to.
All right. It's the hit game that's sweeping the nation. Ooh, I had another idea for a really good segment that we could do going forward because we need to start doing a few more recurring bits. Remind me to tell you about it after the show.
Okay.
It's called Terrible TV. But it's not about your television viewing habits. It's totally different.
It just has Liam watch his show, and it's just everything with bad ratings.
All right, let's get into let's do Is It Cake? Is It Cake? As you know, if you're new to the show, I give Liam an opinion or a take, and I ask him if he thinks it's cake or not. I don't really know how else to explain it.
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward game here. Number 1. The Edmonton Oilers are ruining Connor Unger's development. If you missed it, Connor Unger, who was called up to the AHL when Connor Ingram was called up to the NHL, and Connor Unger, a 24-year-old from Calgary, in 12 games with the Condors, had a .926 save percentage and a 2.40 goals against average. He was remarkable. A 9-2-1 record. He was great, but he's going back down to the ECHL, and that led to people on Twitter going absolutely nuts that they were not keeping Connor Unger up with the Condors. It's going to be a Tompkins and Pickard duo, and they're taking Unger and sending him not to the Fort Wayne Comets, who that's the Oilers affiliate. They're loaning him to the Orlando Sun Bears or Solar Bears of the ECHL so he could get some starts. So Liam, is it cake? Is it not cake? The Oilers are ruining Connor Unger's development.
Before I give my answer, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to one of the goaltenders on the Orlando Solar Bears, Colby Muse of the Bonneville Pontiacs. We'll get into that a little bit later with Menzies. No, it is not cake. It is not cake to allow players to play hockey and help them develop. I understand the frustration because Unger's been really great for Bakersfield.
But Nako Panda says from the guys that watch Unger, he was slumping a bit at the end. He
okay,
was.
Fair enough. He's a goalie. He was having a .950. I mean, those numbers were going to come down eventually. I just think at the end of the day, he's going to go there. He's going to play hockey. And that is what is most important for Connor Unger. I think the other side of it, too, is this guy wasn't playing for the Edmonton Oilers this season. As much as people wanted to bring that up.
They wanted him to be Edmonton's Treya Savage. It wasn't happening.
It wasn't going to happen. So, no, it is not cake. They're not ruining Connor Unger's development. In 5 games for Orlando this season, he had a .944 save percentage. So he's going to an environment that he is already familiar with. I would assume Orlando is probably pretty desperate to get him back. I'm fine with it. Also, too, we overreact to these transactions all the time.
Yeah.
He literally might be gone for the weekend. And because they literally might look at their schedule and be like, hey, we're going to play Tompkins here, Pickard here, and then we'll call Unger back up and he'll play for us. You know what I mean? So it may be not quite as simple as that, but you know what I'm saying? They have a plan. They're not just shit. 3 goalies, got to get rid of one.
Chester says, Staples said he was the potential Ken Dryden for the Oilers this year. Oh, my God. Calm down.
Ken Dryden?
He had 12 games in the American League. We're not Ken Dryden, Hall of Famer.
It's
no,
fine.
actually, no, fair pressure to put on him. I think we should keep calling Connor Unger the next Ken Dryden.
Goalies need to play. Unger's going to play hockey games.
Yeah.
Just got to stop some pucks. The Oilers done a good job developing players. What's his name? Keith Gretzky, was talking the other week. He's like, when we send, he specifically talked about Unger, when we loan players out, they don't just, Orlando's not part of their organization. Edmonton's ECHL team is Fort Wayne.
The Comets.
There's a ton of communication still, and they still work with the goalie coaches and develop them, and it's fine. Edmonton has a plan.
Yep. If this was next September or next October, and they're taking Unger and putting him in the ECHL, either one, it's a clear sign they don't believe in him.
Yeah.
Or B, I would sit there at that point and be like, okay.
Sure.
If next fall, it's two veterans in Bakersfield. If it's Tompkins and maybe it's obviously not Pickard, but if it's Tompkins and some other
else.
20 or 31-year-old, I'll sit there and be like, all right, this is not how you should be handling your goaltending in the development leagues.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But
and also, sorry, go on.
There's a chance Tompkins gets moved to another organization at the deadline.
Maybe. I think the other side of it, too, is Johansson and Day can just keep holding the crease down in Fort Wayne.
They have lots of goalies in the system. And you want to keep Pickard playing because what if you need him? Someone could get hurt.
Yeah.
Some people say the Oilers, Tristan Jarry. Some people say he's injury prone.
Tristan Jarry?
Yeah. So if you believe he's injury prone, you need to keep
As many goalies as you
You
can.
need to keep Pickard playing and up to speed in case you need to lean on him.
Yeah, agreed. No, so not cake was my final answer.
Yeah, I'm not cake on it too. Number 2. Let's go to the Edmonton Oilers.
Okay,
Connor
I haven't
McDavid,
looked at these.
The Olympian, who is not on the ice today, is Connor McDavid.
Okay.
Finally got his first crack at the Winter Games at age 29.
Yeah.
Is it cake? Connor McDavid will play in 3 more Olympics in his career.
Cake. Because that's what I'm making.
33, 37, and 41 years old.
Oh, 3 more.
3 more. 3 more, Liam.
Yeah, cake. I think he'll play. I mean, at the end of the day, he hasn't really shown signs of slowing down. I know he's only 29, but like, I think he'll play for a long time. I mean, he's just one of those players. If they're available, how do you not take them? It's kind of like if Russia was in the games this year, Ovechkin's on the team.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even Malkin's probably in the conversation. I'll say cake. A lot of people saying cake. D. White said no cake. Box Master said no cake. Same with Davin. Kirk said not cake. Shooter said not cake. I'll say cake. I think he'll play. So what would do we know where that is? That's 2038.
2030. So he'll get France. He'll get Salt Lake in 2034.
So I'll be back in Europe somewhere.
2038 Winter Olympics. Oh, bids are open.
Could be anywhere. Let's see what we're looking at here.
Edmonton.
I don't think Edmonton's going.
Sounds like maybe Switzerland.
Oh, Canada is bidding.
Switzerland has a confirmed bid. Canada, the Canadian Olympic Committee noted they'd be willing to bid for the games if the Switzerland bid does not materialize.
So, if this is in Canada, then he's playing. Right? I mean, of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody would want to play.
But, like, he'll be good enough to play.
Probably. So then the other part of this, because this is a tease for when Menzies joins us, was this Sidney Crosby's last Olympics?
Not cake. Crosby's playing one more.
You think 4 years from now,
Yes.
42-year-old Sidney Crosby, you know what? If 44-year-old Mark or 42-year-old Mark Kennedy can do it, so can Sid.
So can Sid.
So can Sid.
The way it ended was too bitter. I think he's going back.
Oh, man, that means he'd have to sign another contract.
That's fine.
Okay.
He's Sid. Sid the kid.
Sid the
I mean,
kid.
at the end of the day, if Sidney Crosby's game just slows down, he just becomes a fourth-line player.
The vibes of having him back there.
Yeah, and he'd still probably be great. I don't know. Joe Thornton, how long did he play for? 41, 42. I know he wasn't in the Olympic conversation, but Crosby's better than Thornton ever was.
Yeah.
Not to disrespect Joe Thornton. He was a great player, obviously.
Yeah, but he's no Sid.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. 2 more Is It Cakes.
Yes.
The Vancouver Canucks will come dead last in the NHL.
Are they currently last?
They are currently not just last, 7 points back of second last.
I'll say cake, and I think they lose the draft lottery. And then they'll get Stenberg, which would still be a good prize.
So I was looking on Bet365 at some stuff.
Okay.
And I saw that the Vancouver Canucks were plus 500 to get to 70 points or something like that. And I was like, oh, shit, that's probably worth a bet.
Yeah.
And then I looked because I just thought they were closer to the rest of the pack than everyone else. I'm like, damn, they'll need like 20-some points in their final few. And then I did the math, and I'm like, wait, no, they would need 28 points in their final 25 games.
Yeah.
The Vancouver Canucks right now at a 368 points percentage, 42 divided by 57 times 82.
Oh, who are we going to get?
They're on pace for 60 points this season.
Hold on. Draft sim.
Oh, we're doing one?
Oh,
Canucks win.
Damn it. San Jose wins the lottery.
Up 7. Damn.
Damn.
That's crazy.
San Jose gets Keaton Verhoff, sorry.
That's the D-man they
for
need.
sure would do.
Okay, just one more for fun.
We do lose.
Oh,
Sharks, hot.
I don't like that.
damn.
So the
Come
worst
Oilers.
points percentages in the last 10 years in the NHL. Man, the Red Wings were so bad in 2019-20
And didn't get first overall.
and didn't get. That was the year they picked.
Side.
Oh,
No.
no, Sider. Yeah, yeah.
No. What year, sorry?
2020. That was Sider. This is Sider's 6th year or 5th year. Yeah.
But he was like 6 overall, no?
Did they not just like totally fall apart in the draft lottery?
But you.
I don't think they drafted in the top 4.
Oh, but that seems like a really far way to fall.
Oh, sorry. That's the year they picked Lucas Raymond.
Okay,
fourth
that's what
overall.
I was wondering.
Okay. Anyways, this year's Vancouver Canucks team with their 368 points percentage, if they hold there, it would be the 15th worst season in the last 10 years in the NHL.
Congrats. Colorado is one of those teams, no?
Yeah, the worst ones are like in the last 10 years in the NHL.
Oilers, how many we got?
None.
Wow, good for us.
Because this is the
10
McDavid era.
years, 10 years, sorry. Of course.
Detroit is the worst. In 1920, they had a 275 points percentage. They went
Wow.
They went 17, 49, and 5. Then the year got canceled for COVID.
Probably beat the Oilers still.
San Jose 2 years ago had a 287. Colorado in 16-17 had a 293.
Calvin Pickard was our goalie.
Calvin Pickard was their goalie. But those are the worst seasons. But yeah, Vancouver is pretty terrible this season with a 368
Good for
points
them.
percentage,
Good for them.
I suppose.
What's the last one?
Last is it cake.
Yes.
Jordan Binnington will get traded before the deadline.
I'll say not cake. As much as like he's become a bit of like an Olympic icon, like a Canadian hockey icon, I guess, more than Olympic icon.
Mm-hmm.
I still think he doesn't mask over how shit he is. Like, he's not been good at all for St. Louis. You know what I mean? And like he was great in all of that. His cap hit's still not very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think not cake. I don't think he'll get traded. Like who could take him?
Ready for my who says no?
Okay. Always me.
Sam Montembeault, a first-round pick, and Patrick Laine, 50% retained on Laine for Jordan Binnington.
Patrick Laine, Montembeault, 50% retained on Binnington.
On Laine.
Oh, on Laine.
Because St. Louis won't want to take the full 8.7. That's kind of pointless. But to make the cap work, they'd have to take
How long's left on
Something else.
Binnington? How long's left in his contract?
one more year after this. And Montembeault's the same. So basically, St. Louis is sitting there saying, we get a first-round pick. Next year, we save $3 million. We get Montembeault to be our guy with Hofer, so we can start to give Hofer some more starts and lean on him a bit more while still having a good backup. Montreal has given up a first-round pick, but they're out of the Laine money this year, and they have a year and a half of Binnington. And then when that year and a half's up, you decide between him and Dobish, or you just call up Jacob Fowler, and you know what you have in Jacob Fowler. I think it's a banger. Hutz and I were talking about it today on DFO. If you're Montreal, that's the kind of guy. There's all these questions about how strong Dobish and Montembeault are mentally, and can they handle it? Binnington will walk into that market and into that locker room and not be phased at all.
Yeah, there's that side of it.
Who says no to that?
I don't think either team would say no. I just don't think it's a good trade, but I don't know how I would change it. Like, I just don't think either goalie is good. Like, I don't think that helps St. Louis for next season. Like, I don't think St. Louis wants to be bad.
But St. Louis isn't going to be bad. They'll go Hofer, who's their better goalie, and they'll have Montembeault to play with them, and you have a first-round pick. Like, if St. Louis could do that, and then they move Kyrou for a first, and then, maybe you trade Falk for like a second, and then you start to, maybe you even make the tough call on Braden Shen, get a couple assets there. Like, St. Louis could retool this thing pretty quick if they make some tough decisions. The tough decision here is trading Jordan Binnington while his value's high.
I think it would benefit Montreal more than St. Louis. I guess I would say that. Montreal gets a goalie shown up in big games.
First-round pick, though.
See, I think Montreal would be the team that says no, because that's
Was
a
there
lot
a first
to
round
give
pick
up.
in it?
Big swing.
Yeah, I said Montembeault, a first, and
Oh, sorry. I
Laine.
thought you said just Montembeault and Laine. Sure.
For a psycho in Binnington. That's like that's a swing.
You're only married to him for a year and a half.
I don't know.
Yeah, and they are still young.
That's a
they got
tough
plenty of
one.
time. But that's another reason maybe not to blow it. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think. I'll say Montreal says no then. I didn't realize there was a first round pick in there.
Okay.
I don't know, so not cake. Maybe a summer.
Scraped my thumb with a potato peeler yesterday. Really hurts. I
You
am
just
not
gotta
cake. I'm a real boy.
You just got to do, what do they call those potatoes if you leave your skin on them?
Skin on potatoes?
No, isn't it like monster potatoes or something like that? I can't remember. No. Who knows? Not cake.
Pittsburgh could have space if Holland wants Skinner to back up in LA with Kemper. They have Forsberg. They won't do that. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I think Holland is gunning for Elias Pettersson. I don't think anyone's necessarily gunning for Elias Pettersson. You could probably just have the guy. If you really wanted him, you could just have him. Sean Stewart. I think Armstrong won't do it because his value's too high. If you give him a first-round pick, I bet you he does it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For Binnington? Mulek says, I think that makes sense. All right.
People trying to guess my potatoes.
Yeah, do you mean like a jacket potato?
Aren't they called like smashed potatoes or something like that?
Oh, where you just, mash them down?
Yeah,
that's
it. Smashed potatoes.
But I was doing real mashed potatoes. I made a great dinner last night.
I had Caesar salad. It was awesome.
All right. Hashtag monster potato. Maniapane, I guess, is the last thing that we want to talk about. Our friend Dave Pagnotta at the fourth period reporting yesterday, and there's been a few insiders who've done it, but he said the Oilers are continuing to work on a Maniapane trade. Pagnotta saying he's told they remain in talks with a few teams regarding Andrew Maniapane. Expectation is he will be moved by the trade deadline, which is now less than, at this point here, it's less than 10 days away, Liam.
Cool. That's good.
Couple of teams in the mix.
See you later. I did a shitty experiment yesterday.
And what was that?
Which just like, I was trying to write an article of like why Knobloch didn't like his bottom six.
Oh, this is fun.
And I was trying to, my assumption was they were too slow. Turns out they're actually slightly faster. Somehow, some way, the group from today is a little bit faster than the team.
How'd you measure it though?
I did a couple of things.
Okay.
I did, and honestly, it wasn't even that they were like that much faster. They were just like a little bit higher. I did what max speed would be because I was trying to get like speed bursts per 60 and I can measure it out over that. But like, it's just, there wasn't the available context I needed, information. So I did that and Miles skated. Boys are skating. Pretty good, I guess.
Speed, maybe not as much of an issue as
we thought.
we thought.
Although I still believe the stats probably lied to me. So, team's faster, I guess. And now it's just a bottom six. Corey Perry probably slowed him down a little bit, to be fair. Probably.
Yeah.
I even took out like Derek Ryan for a little bit, and it just didn't even help them.
Lance says the bottom six should be better than last year, but for some reason they are not. Yeah. They should be, like, on paper, this bottom six should be way better.
Yeah, and I just can't figure out why. One thing I did find interesting is that the Oilers are starting more shifts in the defensive zone than they did 2 years ago when Knobloch started. Like 3% more.
Interesting. All right. Shall we get to our guest line?
Let's see if he hopefully shows up.
He's brought to you by Oodle Noodle. You can win your way into the nation vacation by visiting Oodle Noodle. Go to any of their locations in the Edmonton area, walk on in, and you can get a ballot and get entered into the contest with no purchase necessary. You can also order some delicious Oodle Noodles, score yourself a bonus entry that way, or download the app. Find out more there. All right. Michael Menzies from Oilersnation.com, play-by-play voice of the Bonneville Pontiacs. Always got to mention that.
Yeah.
But also a big part of the pre- and post-game shows. There's one guy who keeps dropping in a super chat who needs us to talk about Braden Schneider.
Okay.
We've talked about him on previous shows. I like him. You like him. I think the cost will be too high.
But if I could get him, I would get him.
If I could get him for like anything less than a first-round pick, I'd get him.
I pay first for him.
Okay.
Is he 24?
24.
24 years old. And
I think they're going to go after someone with more experience.
I think that's what you kind of need to do if you're going to fill that hole. Like if they're talking about we need someone to actually be a legitimate, minute muncher type of defenseman, that's what I think they're missing. Not like I think he would be an upgrade on Stastny, an upgrade on Regula, and kind of that tier for sure. It's just, is the management really ready and say, hey, this guy's going to be ready to play?
What are you going to have to pay him
24?
this summer?
Well, that too.
Nothing special.
You don't think he's a $5 million defenseman this summer? At least?
No more than that. I think you could probably get him maybe even like $4 million, to be honest.
So are you good with a...
Well, before you go into that, let me just propose a different idea to you.
Sure.
So you talk about experience, and I would agree, definitely. get Schneider, send Emberson that way too, make a little money because Schneider's a right shot, right?
Yeah.
Then you find your extra experience somewhere else. Maybe that is like a Connor Murphy, just for an example of someone who you can kind of fourth, sixth spot, doesn't really matter. Like he's just in the lineup every night and he's fine. You can rely on him. But I think having Schneider's obviously better than Emberson. I think they're right around the same age. I would take the risk on him and I would give up someone like Emberson in this hypothetical.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. I think as time has gone along, and that's one of the things in the State of the Nation fan poll that was interesting was asking people, what is our top need or what do you want to get? And defenseman came through, and I think as time's gone along, and I know Gregor's changed his mind on that, as we've watched the games more, this is why I was leery about trading. I'm not to relitigate it, but the Kulak in that deal made me a little nervous because of all those minutes played that we saw in the last playoff run. Wallman is still not quite there.
He was great in the Cup. I liked him a lot in the Cup final. I don't think he's healthy right now. I think that's my biggest problem.
I think he's just trying to catch up. I think is a fair way.
Yeah,
to
no,
put it.
I'm not. I'm not here to. I'm not. This isn't a condemnation on him as a player or anything like that. It's just him carrying the load consistently on a second pair. Even is going to be something new for him in the postseason. So that's. We'll see. I just. Yeah. What a first and with Schneider.
Probably, yeah.
Never mind. What does he actually make?
2 point something.
Yeah.
Easy to fit in.
Yeah. So it's not too bad.
Someone else dropped in a duo that I think would be really interesting. What would you give up to get both Nick Perbix and Eric Holla from the Nashville Predators? 5.8-ish, 5.9 million in cap. So let's say they're taking Maniapane too. Would you throw a first in to do that?
Nick Perbix and who was the other
And Eric Holla for a first in Maniapane. And let's say they're going to retain down Holla so that the money perfectly works. Right shot guy in Perbix, 27 years old, has one more year at 2.75.
Oh, you got to move your mic.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. Take a drink. Have another one.
I don't know about that one.
Smoked you in the face.
Oh, my
So
God.
it was Nick Perbix, Eric Holla,
For
first round pick.
Maniapane in your first in 2027.
Yeah, probably. I would think.
I think that's the kind of deadline we're looking at here.
Yeah. I think so.
It's not sexy.
I miss a sexy deadline move.
I know,
And
but
it's been a while.
And to be fair, well, I shouldn't say that. When the Oilers, the three sexy ones in the McDavid era are Wallman, Ekholm, and Henrique, right? Everything else has been nibbling around the edges.
Yeah, and Henrique's not like...
But it was.
But at the
supposed
time,
to
it
be.
was like,
Ah,
whoa.
You get your third line
Sexy?
center. I
He was
would
supposed
say-
to Sweeney laundry? We're talking sexy here. Sexy? I don't
But
know.
at the time,
Well, I
it
mean,
was like,
Adam
oh my God,
Henrique.
high-end 3C, going to push offense, all this stuff. Like, there was legitimate they gave up a first for him. He was at the top of everyone's trade boards.
I think our definition of sexy is a little...
So then there's only
One.
been two? Ekholm?
Yeah.
Wallman, I like.
That's sexy.
I think it's
Wallman,
They were
you're
both good
projecting out.
Yeah.
Whereas Ekholm's like, oh, this guy, we know, we've seen it. This guy's coming in. He's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to be good for sure. No doubt about it.
people talking about Thomas Harley in the chat. He just signed an
available?
extension. No, he
You
is
think
not.
he's available?
I'd be
He
in.
is not available.
10.39 or whatever weird
Yeah, he just signed a
decimal
contract
system Neil signed him to.
Equal to Bouchard, which is kind of wild.
I guess that's probably in the range of outcome, something like that. Waz is a big Perbix guy.
Yeah, well, I saw
maybe-
him tweet
then,
that.
then I'm out.
Yes, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, Lance says the Ekholm trade is so rare. And it is. Like, that was... when it would have been about January, he started popping up on our radar.
And he was like very low on lists too.
And
So
it was
that's
like-
could happen, but
It was like Nashville maybe might trade this guy.
Yeah.
But from the moment he was even whispered about when Frank would come on our show back then, in January, it was like, if he's available, you move heaven and high water to get that guy or whatever the saying is. And then, of course, they did. They gave up Schaefer. They did whatever it took to make the deal happen. And then Kenny Holland, as he does, little 2% retention on that bad boy. Just 2%.
That's right. Big fan of milk.
Yeah.
2%. So no, those are.
So is there
those
even
are sexy trades? Those are sexy.
So
trades.
is there a sexy name out there? I don't
Well,
think
there's
so.
other Predators, Nashville Predators, that are would probably. Sorry, just be clear in this day and age. Like Ryan O'Reilly, I think. Gets your
former
gets your
Selke
blood
winner.
pumping to
that
places.
Friedman
People
says
think
he's
so.
probably not moving though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Like the sexy names are like, holy shit, Marion Gaborik is getting moved at the deadline.
Yeah.
You
If
know,
Buffalo was trading
stuff
Tuck?
like that. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Those are sexy names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just.
It's probably not going to be because they need to fill. I think they're 2 or 3 players away from looking like the type of roster that you're like, that
So,
looks.
with that said, how upset are you going to be when the Oilers get eliminated this playoffs? Like, what stage are you going to be most upset with? Obviously, first round, we all know. We won't even include that. But like, at what point is it like if you're just like, this is incredibly disappointing, or is it just an understanding of like where you know this team is at?
Well, I've come into the season thinking that they'll probably get got. That feels like a team that's in a little bit of transition to where they can re-apex again because they don't have. We're talking about doing this with one arm tied behind your back. About what type of players you can get. So, I mean, every year they're knocked out. It's not fun, but I can. We've just been to the Stanley Cup final the last 2 years, and that's rare in itself. Like I can take a step back and see like, well, and look, if Colorado's going to make another move or two, and you tell me the Oilers lose to the Avalanche in the conference final, it wouldn't be shocking.
No,
You know
I
what
don't
I
think
mean?
it would be like harmful. Like I wouldn't be upset. I'd be every time the Oilers get knocked out, you're obviously upset.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. But like if it gets to that point where it's like, well, Colorado got Kadri, Kulak, and another good player, whoever that may be, and the Oilers lost to them in 6.
That's life.
You're not sitting there being like, damn, they should have beat them.
Yeah.
But Maine put in the chat is like, keep the powder dry this year. It sucks, but needs to happen. I think we'll know a lot about how the Oilers truly feel about themselves if they go and get a rental or a player with term at the deadline.
Yes
Do you know-
and
do
no,
you know-
because in the past when they have felt good about themselves the last 2 years,
Yeah.
they've gone after guys with terms still.
But in the sense of like, if they feel like they're not close, you know what I mean? Like even Wallman was a rental, I guess. I know he had 2 years left. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think we'll know by the players they acquire.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. That's going to be the, as they say in like elections, the only real, gauge of how popular a party is at election time, right? Polls mean shit.
Yeah.
They'll tell us how people feel. So that's going to be the benchmark is what they actually do.
Been really into the show Veep recently.
Yeah, you like Veep? Veep's a great show.
Veep is a banger.
Great show.
I can't stop.
What channel is that on?
Crave.
That was an HBO program.
Not a CTV.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a
not a-
primetime network.
Shout out
Drama.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah,
not.
Yeah.
great in it.
It's funny you were mentioning like mid 2000s pop because I've been
Chumbawamba?
no 303.
Oh.
Does 303 get your juices
Damn.
flowing?
That's a little bit later than Black Eyed Peas, though.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
Didn't you go to
2008.
Down with Webster? You went to a Down with Webster
My
show.
303.
brother's band opened up for Down with Webster this summer, and
Wow.
it was legit, baby.
Yeah.
Never gonna go back
Shush,
to another
girl.
Down with Webster show, but shout out Mark Carney, I guess.
Veep. I don't even know.
I think I should know. And these guys look like they are ugly fellas, and
Oh, yeah.
they were the precursor to LMFAO. What a time to be alive.
Uncle and nephew, LMFAO.
Yeah, Uncle Few. All right. Before we get into...
I've never, ever heard someone say that, and I know I never will again. Unconfused.
I'm confused.
That sounds like a duo on a sitcom. The Unconfused show.
That's
Tonight
gonna
at
be
8.
the next show you start watching.
After The Good Doctor on CTV.
That is the name that Quavo and Takeoff went as when they would do songs together, because they were also uncle and nephew.
They're not doing music anymore?
No.
Takeoff's dead. What was it?
All right. Before there's another, we're going to pivot away from the Oilers, and we're going to go into a different sort of topic here. But first, I want to remind everyone that Brunch for Ben is coming up this Saturday, nationgear.ca. It is a chance for us to support the Ben Stelter Foundation, which is why we are very, very excited to be once again helping put on this event. It's all presented by McLeod Law. It's happening at the Matrix Hotel, February 28th. That is this Saturday. Go to nationgear.ca to purchase your tickets, and there are a whole bunch of things you get when you buy your tickets as well. You're going to get entered into our PGX mini golf tournament, where there are even more prizes up for grabs. You're going to get your swag bag, which includes gift cards to places like Popeyes. And you are going to get breakfast for either yourself if you buy a solo ticket or for your whole family. So I do know that there's a little bit of like we'll call it sticker shock, saying like, whoa, $170 to get me and my family. That's how much the family pack is. 2 adults and 2 kids for $170. That is a full breakfast for you and your whole family. You're going to be watching the game with us. It's a 2:00 puck drop. We'll be there doing pre and post game as well. Mini golf tournament, swag bag, nation citizens sitting with you. The whole thing. It is a whole event. So we're very excited. nationgear.ca. And again, it's all in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation. There's some other things you can get. We have Ben Stelter Foundation Hospital Box, which again is going to help support the foundation. We have lunch with me and Liam and Aaron. We have lunch with the sauce. A couple of different auctions you can bid on as well. Also a day-night staycation at the Matrix Hotel. That one is up now too. So just go to nationgear.ca. I'll even drop a link in the YouTube chat here for you to all go click on and join us this Saturday. Matrix Hotel at Brunch for Ben. We are on the heels of our second best-on-best hockey tournament in the last 12 months. Mm-hmm. We won't get another one until 2028 when we get a World Cup of Hockey. At least we're assuming it's going to be a World Cup of Hockey.
Right.
2030, we'll get another Olympics. But it seems like the NHL has finally kind of got it figured out where every 2 years we should get one. And my question to you is, the Four Nations was like insanely electric. And it kind of came out of nowhere. No one knew how to feel about it, but then the players were so into it that the fans got really into it, and it delivered. It was awesome. With the Olympics being back and with us just coming off what we got, do you think a World Cup in 2028 is going to carry the same significance that a Four Nations does? Do you think we'll see the same emotion and buy-in from players, even though they know that there's another Olympics coming in 2030 and that this... I'm just wondering, will this feel a little bit cheaper because, again, the Olympics are now a thing again?
I don't think it'll feel cheaper because presumably the tournament is actually going to be a legitimate tournament. And like the Four Nations, for as fun as it was and how natural the animosity was between the Canada and the United States, 3 fights in 9 seconds, to have then a legitimate tournament which may have, let's say, a best-of-3 final, which happened in Canada Cups, happened in 96. It may have even happened in 04 at that World Cup. That's kind of a forgotten tournament too. Mm-hmm. But some type of final that is more than one game, I think will have that in spades, especially if it is much more a legitimate tournament instead of this round robin 14 type of thing.
Just a one, I think it was one game in 2004.
Okay, it was one game.
Shane Doan scored just
Against
a
Finland?
minute 34 after terrible names. Tumo Ruutu, that was how you said his name, right? Scored to tie the game for Finland. Canada takes it 3-2.
Because in 96, they did a best-of-3 final, Canada-US. US won in 3 games. But that also had, in the lead-up, in the playoff games, that continuous overtime. I think the latest international goal is Theo Fleury's OT goal against Sweden, late in double. Like, imagine if... it was 5-on-5 on Sunday.
That might have
gone.
gone.
And next thing you know, it's a rock fight. Now it's double overtime, and like the tension continues to mold like the overtime of Four Nations. Right?
2016 was a best of 3. So maybe that's what you're thinking.
Right. So, like, I agree. I do think there's still going to be a hype around it, and I think Mulek says there'll be so much momentum from this. Canada, in a weird way, having a revenge angle going into 2028, I think is great, because then even if Canada wins in 2028, it'll be like, all right, you got your revenge. Now in 2030, you need to go prove it again at the Olympics. And there's a bunch of storylines that can kind of go on from here. there was a comment here I wanted to get to. Someone said rotate, a 4-year rotation where you go World Cup, 4 Nations, All-Star Game, Olympics. That's where I sit there and go, I think it's maybe a little too much.
I don't think you need to do the 4 Nations if you're doing a World Cup.
Yeah, like I don't think you want best on best 3 of every 4 years, because that's where you might get some guys saying, I'm not 100%. I'm not doing 4 Nations. Like you need to, absence makes the heart grow fonder. You need to have some time in between these things to sort of let the lore and the history grow a little bit.
Yeah. I don't see it as like an all-star game replacement or anything like that. It does have to be on a periodical, every couple of years, whatever, right?
Every 2 years is fine.
Yeah.
Olympics every 4, World Cup every 4.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They're on 4-year rotations themselves. So, yeah, I think it's good. I think it's important to have these games, to be honest. I think, I don't think I would ever get tired of watching the best players go head-to-head.
No.
That's kind of my point, I guess.
No.
Like, to be honest, like, I'm a soccer fan. My entire life, I've seen World Cups every 4 years and European Championships every 4 years, 2-year gap between all of them.
Yep.
And there's never been once where I thought, I don't really want to watch this.
Not into this one?
Yeah, like I'm the only time, 2008, England famously did not qualify. So I was not into that one. If my country wasn't there, of course. But like, no, I think we need to see these guys, and that's how legacies are built. And it shouldn't just be about the NHL. It should be about what you do on the international stage too in these best on best events.
Yeah.
Kale Slater and Jeff Merrick had this take in our post game on Sunday. He dropped in a super chat and said, how do you guys feel if it was just a summit series? Best of 3, 5, 7 against the U.S. And they just, like Jeff kind of said, all right, it's cute that you have, and I'm paraphrasing here, you cute, Finland, Sweden, that's great, guys. Yeah. Okay, let's cut all that out. Let's just give the people what they want. A best of 7, Canada, USA, and we're going to stop the NHL season and go to this. I'm against it because I think we need to earn that matchup. I think if you get it every time, or you go through a tournament without, or you just jump to a best of 7 and there's no danger of it not happening, all that. I think that lead up to getting Canada, USA is part of what makes that so special. Like this year, Canada almost lost twice. US almost lost in the quarterfinals. There was a little bit of like, when they finally met in the gold medal game, as much as we all expected it, it was still like, all right, giddy up. They both grinded to get here. Now they've got one more battle. I would not like a summit series type thing.
Well, and at one point, it was looking like the dream matchup was going to be for bronze. Or it would have to be where Canada lost, and then you had to root for Slovakia in the other semi. But, yeah, in theory, best of 7 against the U.S. would be great. I just don't know if, again, who's putting that on and how all those details and logistics.
Yeah. And our guys, again,
unless you did it throughout the season.
I hate that.
Right? You know what I mean? Where they we're taking a 4 or 5 day pause, and then this
right before
game.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to Colorado and play 3 games.
I don't think that's the best idea by any means. I'm just saying it's going to be tricky.
I think just on that Summit Series idea, probably a bit too arrogant from Canada and the US to think that that would be the way to move hockey forward and improve the game.
That's a good point too.
Like the
way you'd have to do it would be Finland would be playing Sweden concurrently with the best of 7. The Czechs would be playing
Slovakia,
Russia, because that's their natural rivals.
Sure,
Czechs and Russia, Finland, Sweden, Canada, US. It would have to be something like that.
I just look at that and I think, well, Leon Draisaitl's not playing in any of these events. I don't have Roman Josi anywhere.
It's fair.
Where are these other star players coming from, right? Like even, it's not much, but...
There's a draft.
But like, Anze Kopitar probably helped a few players in Slovenia because they saw him play the Olympics.
Sure.
And that matters a lot. I don't think any of the French players helped any of their causes at this year's games.
Not Crinan?
No. But like, it's important that we get the best players playing against each other at the international stage. Just saying Canada-US is a way to go. What I would also point to is the women's game does that. And I don't think anyone's close to Canada and US.
That's a good point. Yeah. 2016, they did do a best of 3. But even that, like the fact that we should now, or we will now, every 2 years have an opportunity to see a Canada-USA game at some point in a best-on-best tournament, I don't even feel the need to do a best of 3.
Yep.
That doesn't scratch a big itch for me. Like, I want to see them battle once. I want that. It is a Game 7 type, mono. Any bounce can decide it. Does it suck? Canada played well and just didn't get the bounces? Absolutely. Could it have been the other way where the U.S. played well and beat them 5-1? Totally. But,
totally.
I like that it's one game. I like that you got to earn it a little bit and see them beat all these other countries. And it's good for those other countries.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, Canada played their best of the 3 games of the last year against the U.S., and that was the one they lost. That's, way it goes. There's only so many empty nets you can.
Yeah. If Connor McDavid missed that empty net, you don't even know what Twitter would be like right now.
Yeah, it's Lent. He'd be walking with a cross on his back like that in the worst way.
Czechia doesn't have enough NHLers. I wouldn't be surprised if the NHL, again, if this relationship can be mended with the double IHF and all that.
Oh, you can't. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. It's the only way.
But I think we could see a world where these players like Trevenko, whatever, in the World Cup of hockey, come over and play in it. And say, I want to go play for Czechia at this thing. I want to keep building on the momentum. Because, again, these guys now are getting to play with the Pasternaks and stuff like that. They might say, I actually do want to go. And there's insurance and all that has to be sorted out, I know. But
well, is the ideal next tournament not going to be 8 teams?
Yeah, they've said they want 8 teams.
Yeah.
So what's that? Canada, US, Sweden, Finland, Czech Republic, Czechia, Slovakia, Germany,
and
Switzerland.
There's your 8. It's basically
and
running
the looming elephant in the room.
Yeah, do they
Russia,
figure that out outside of you can only be, just say they can only be NHL athletes? I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Besides the point.
So now let's flash forward a little bit. Do you have the J Fresh? So this was cool. In 2000,
back a little bit.
Flash back first,
then
yes.
forward.
In 2022, Jay Fresh, who does great analytics stuff, he did his analytical 2024, and this was his, or 2022, sorry, this was his projected roster. Boy, we thought a lot of Darnell Nurse in the moment. You can maybe see why. Again, that wasn't just Oilers fans reacting to one good season. That was a little bit of this guy's ready to explode and be a legit, really good high-end defenseman. So the blue line he had projected out was Ekblad, Byram, Makar, Nurse, Chikrin, Drysdale, Theodore, and Shabbat. The misses there were obviously Drysdale, Nurse, and Byram. Everyone else is a pretty decent selection still. I'll even say Ekblad,
But he was he went to the camp over the summer.
Yeah.
He wasn't that. I don't think he was ever going to make the team, but he wasn't that far off for sure.
But that's a pretty interesting one. The forwards he had projected were, this is in, I think, alphabetical order. Yeah. Alphabetical order by first name. Lafreniere, Sorelli, Point, Bedard, McDavid, Batherson, Huberdeau, Scheifele, Stone, Barzell, Marner, McKinnon, Suzuki, and Crosby. So really his only really bad misses were Huberdeau and Lafreniere.
Yeah,
those are and Batherson to an extent.
I would say Batherson. I think Barzell was never really in the conversation either.
But he's not.
He's if Barzell was on this team, it wouldn't be that crazy of a thing to think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the goalies. Obviously, Carter Hart wasn't going to make this team after everything that happened after his poll went out, and Blackwood was in the conversation. If he wasn't injured to start the year, maybe he makes a team.
Probably does.
Binnington,
he's right there. Carter Hart, yeah. But this was a pretty. I will say this: I give him a ton of respect for this projection. It's actually really good.
Well, this was a fan. Yeah, the fans voted on it, right? But yeah, it's fairly accurate. I'm sure mine will be exactly the same.
Well, and that's why I'm excited to do this next thing. Liam, take it away. Walk us through the lineup. Walk us through your decisions. Do the whole preamble. Then me and Menzies will give our takes.
So I did do some research on this, and what I'll say is this. None of us are right. We'll find out what happens, obviously, as the years go by here. But Canada, let me find, here it is. So Canada, I went back to 2006 roster. Okay, that was the last 4 Olympics, and this is what I figured out. The outlier is the Olympic experience on this previous team, because obviously we were stripped of 2 of them. Canada has typically taken 2 players who weren't in the league 4 years before that games. So, for example, this one, it was Celebrini and Harley weren't in the league in 2022.
Damn, that's crazy. Harley hasn't been in the league.
So, previous years, Pietrangelo and Subban was 2014. 2018 was Doughty, Taves, and Shea Weber. 2006 was Bouwmeester and Nash. But what Canada has always liked to do is take as much experience as they can. So this year was obviously only Crosby and Doughty. I think there is a misconception that Brad Marchand was on Olympic teams, but this was his first games. He obviously had the World Cup of Hockey as well. 2014, it was Doughty, Weber, Marlowe, Crosby, Taves, Getzlav, Bergeron, Bouwmeester, who was actually not on the 2010 team, but on the 2006 team. Nash, Perry, Keith, Luongo, St. Louis, same boat as Bouwmeester as well. Says
8.
no, there was way more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
How fast were their speeds? No, okay.
2010, it was Iginla, Heatley, Nash, Pronger, Niedermeyer, Thornton, Luongo, Brodeur, 8. And then 2006, Brodeur, Luongo, Blake, Foote, Pronger, Simone Gagne, Iginla, Sakic, Smith. So 9. So they like to bring back the experience.
Right.
So with that said, this is what I've got. I only put 2 goalies on this roster because, quite frankly, who really cares who the third one is? It will be who the most random Canadian goalie is that season that has done well past few years. I think that's probably fair.
It could be, as much as Jay Fresh nailed it last time, like, it could be anybody.
Could be Skinner. Could be. I mean, did you suspect Mike Smith would be on the team in 2010 or 2014, whatever it was? Like Darcy Kemper a few years ago, like he was going to get bought out.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden,
like 18 months ago, it looked like he was going to get bought out.
So I have gone with this team. Before you pull it up, Aaron, I will say this: I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the forward group who were not on this year's team, and then I have 4 defensemen who were not.
And traditionally,
that's probably fair, I would think. Now, there is also 1, 2, 3 players who are not in the NHL today.
Okay.
Proceed, Aaron.
Here's the team.
Here's the team. My first line: Macklin Celebrini, Connor McDavid, Connor Bedard.
Oh, that'd be fun.
If you want to move around Celebrini, McKinnon, do what you want. I don't really care. Your second line: Dylan Gunther, McKinnon, Wyatt Johnston. My third line: I think they'll bring back Sam Bennett, Nick Suzuki, Mitch Marner. Suzuki will still only be like 28, I think, or something like that. Fourth line, and maybe McKenna's higher up lineup, maybe him and Bennett switch, but I have Gavin McKenna on the team. Sidney Crosby is back.
He's back.
Sidney Crosby's on my team.
Right.
42 years old. He will be here. Sid has not played his last Olympic Games.
Wow.
Robert Thomas also on the team. I think he'll be 29, 30, whatever it is, somewhere around there. Then my extra forwards, Braden Point, I think he'll get the opportunity to go again. He'll still be fairly young and probably still in the prime of his career.
He'll be like that prototypical bottom of the lineup checking forward.
Yeah.
He'll be like Mark Stone, but I know they're not equal players, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. And the other player there that you probably don't recognize, his name is Alexis Joseph. He is currently 16 years old.
Get the elite prospects out. Here
I'm on his hockey DB. There is
sick.
one line in his hockey DB.
He was the first overall pick in the QMJHL this past year. He is on the St. John's Sea Dogs, 54 points in 47 games.
As a 16-year-old.
As a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
He is sick.
He's 6 foot.
Yeah. There's a lot of conversation on this would be the Landon DuPont draft. If DuPont, people presume he's going to be the lock. Don't be surprised if this guy goes first overall as well. He's really, really good and also would have been in the league by this point for 3 years.
How much is he paying you to slip him in?
At the start of the season, he was actually on Jeff's show, The Sheet, if you want to hear from him. So any questions on the forward group, anything you would change? Super Wing put in is like Cooley, Porter Martone, Beckett Seneca. Sure.
I don't think Cully will ever be that good.
I don't think Martone will be either.
But I could see one of Beckett Senek or Mason McTavish. I think you had him for a second.
I did have McTavish on this team, but then I thought to myself, Canada loves experience, and I honestly think they would take Sam Bennett.
I just don't think Sam Bennett's going to be that good.
Maybe not, but Sam Bennett, if he just continues to have 60 points for the next 4 years.
He's the one name I'd push. I would swap Sam Bennett for Mason McTavish.
Sure.
And then, Alexi Joseph.
Maybe
French.
Joseph.
Well, I think it's Alexi if he's French.
Yeah, he's definitely French. He's from Quebec.
So Alexi Joseph.
Well, and this team was the first team to never have a Quebecer on it in
So
a best on best. They
Really?
need a rebound.
Also,
Well, to be fair,
spelling mistake on Wyatt Johnston. Unless is there another one of them in Quebec that we just don't know?
That's on Pat, not me.
I'm just bugging you.
Valdor.
Well, like Menzies, like the only I am passionately saying that I do not think Sam Bennett will be good enough. But
Okay, that's fine.
Who do you think
he might not be?
Who do you project
won't
to
be.
be picking this team? Because I see a lot of the sexy skill on this team, but that has never been Canada's real.
I was just kind of looking, and that's why I think Bennett could make it because of stuff like that.
Because or you go first.
Kyle Dubas.
it's gonna be Kyle Dubas
I was
Ryan
gonna
Getzlaf.
say Sidney Crosby picks the team.
and plays like Jackie Moon.
Wayne Gretzky played in the 98 games and picked the team in 02.
I mean, hey, maybe that's how Crosby gets back into it.
Maybe. He's the player general manager.
I just think, like, I didn't have Tom Wilson on this team, obviously, either. Sam Reinhart was another player I took off. I just think he's been disappointed in his last two attempts with Canada. So those are a couple of guys I took off. Brad Marchand, obviously, probably retired by that. But actually, probably still have 2 years left on his Panthers contract.
He will be under
So
contract.
he might still be playing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like the team on paper. I just think they're going to lean. There's going to be a bit of grit per 60 guy. That maybe it is more of that McTavish type of angle.
Can I just ask, though, and I should pull up his numbers here quickly before I sprout out my question. There was obviously some question marks on this team from the forward group as we sit here and debate. And I know this player is better, but 4 years ago, would you have assumed that Brad Marchand would have been on this Olympic team?
No.
That's what I mean. Like, maybe that's how Sam Bennett just sticks on. I don't know if Sam Bennett will be good enough. He definitely is the outlier. But either way, the blue line,
Yeah.
which probably will be nothing like this because Canada hates puck-moving defensemen. But this is what I've gone with. So the returning players, Morrissey, McCaw, Hawley, Travis Sanheim. Again, spread them out however you want to do it. My parents, Morrissey, McCaw. Second pairing, Schaefer and Bouchard. Third pairing, I have Hawley and Dobson. And then my extra defensemen, Travis Sanheim and Keaton Veerhoff. Again, Canada has traditionally taken a young defenseman to every Olympics. Hawley was the one this time around. Subban a few years ago, same with Petrangelo, Doughty and Weber a couple of years before that in 2010, and then Jay Bouwmeester.
I actually just got a notification. Morrissey's unavailable for the 2030. He's day to day. He's not available.
He's
actually.
gonna, he can't go.
Yeah,
and then the goal
it's
is
tough.
I picked Binnington and Thompson.
I'll disagree with you on Binnington just because I think by 2030 it'll be too many years of him being bad that it'll be like, okay,
Yeah, and maybe that's true.
mercy.
Mercy, please.
Connor Unger, I think, is going to be there.
Well, I
By
just
that
saw people have like Kosa on a lot of their teams. I'm like,
Ravensbergen.
yeah. Maybe
4 years is a
Ravens-
long time
It
for
totally,
goalies.
it totally is.
Yeah.
Binnington would be 36 at this point. Canada, again, always seems to bring older goalies.
Yep.
Or wants to bring the experienced goalies. Luongo, Brodeur, obviously. They got Carey Price for 2014. He was not a young man by any means. So that's what I'm kind of seeing.
Hall of
this.
Famers, though.
Totally.
Yeah.
I just don't think the Hall of Famer is there. Jet Greaves, that's a good one from
Yeah,
people
Greaves.
there too.
Carter George,
I
Ivan
just
Kovic.
don't know if
I
Greaves
will-
in like a year and a half, he might be.
Maybe. I will say
gone,
this.
You know?
I don't think guys like Ivan Kovic and Carter George stand a chance, to be honest.
I agree. I think we can't overreact to World Juniors.
No. And
but
they're great goalies, do not get me wrong.
my watch list, I like Kosa. I like Greaves to an extent.
Yeah, I think he'd be
and Ravensburg.
28.
Yeah.
Ravensburg, sure.
Those are the guys I'm watching.
Yeah, goalies is just rolling.
Stuart Skinner
It's
could
just
make this
rolling
team
dice.
because he's Canadian and a half-decent goalie.
And he just could be in the league still.
Yeah, he'll only be 31, I think.
Aiden
30.
Hill might be.
Hey, maybe.
Good
I mean, maybe
again,
Montembeau would be
you know?
33. He's made a Four Nations team. I don't think he's good enough, but maybe he becomes it.
Yeah.
Again, goalies are dumb.
Goalies are dumb.
yeah.
I don't want to waste any more time on the goaltending because, again, it's just so unpredictable.
Yeah.
But I think you nailed the blue line.
Thank you.
That
The
blue
o-
line's really damn
The
good.
other defensemen I did kind of think about were Brant Clark. I do assume that he's a right shot. I think he will take over the blue line in LA, of course. And I thought about Sam Dickinson, too, on San Jose, left shot. I just think at that point, you're getting into a bit too much of, like, you have the same guy. You do need a little bit of vary. I think Dobson provides a little bit of something different. Travis Sanheim, obviously, from this past team too.
Yeah, Sanheim.
But
would
they'll
be
bring a
interesting.
gritty guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I
Yeah.
just think that's why I picked him.
Chikrin will be 31. That's a name that I would consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is he that? I thought he was a little bit older.
He's 27 right now.
Sure, Jacob Chikrin. Why not? I mean, they've got options.
Yeah.
Will they take them? They had options. this
Chikrin
year.
over Dobson, Chikrin over Sanheim, Chikrin over Verhoff. Those I bet you I could see that being the debate.
Yeah, I think this is
Even more.
it's fun. Yeah, I'll keep this around. We'll do it every year. I'll come back to it.
Every
See what we-
February.
This is good. Yeah. Save the date.
yeah, yeah.
Have it
said-
come back in a memory.
Someone said we aren't mentioning Mackenzie Blackwood. Yeah, but
Sure.
we could mention a million goalies. Mackenzie Blackwood, yes, would have a good chance of being there.
Colby
Yeah.
Muse.
Sure.
Kobe, yeah, maybe Kobe Hughes.
Sure.
Who knows? Matthew Davis.
Wow, now that's a name. Skylander, what's he?
Yeah, Davis.
Chikrin
for
over
Skylanders.
Norrisy. You got her in the playoffs. Wise Kyle, I'll give you something. I'll make a form and you can fill it out. Maybe I'll write an article for you instead of putting it on the show.
All right. Tomorrow, it is the first Capital GMC Buick game day we've had in a long, long time. I'm
21
excited for that.
days.
21 days in between Oilers games.
Brava.
They're back.
Paul Coffey.
Paul Coffey, familiar face. They're going to go on a 6-game shutout streak.
It's the whisper. Woolman talked. He's got that aura. He said it. Aura.
He's aura farming.
You know,
Aura, yeah.
you know the narrative if their blue line sucks tomorrow. Well, you can't just expect miracles to happen overnight. He's only been here. You only had to practice.
Well, so even Knobloch said, like, we are changing aspects of how we play.
Oh, do you say that?
Yeah, though, he said that a couple days ago about there's some things that were. It was the classic Knobloch of like word salad. Well, we're going to change a few, aspects of how we play. And
Mini
try to
training
take some
camp,
away,
he
yeah.
said a lot.
Yeah.
Just doing lines.
Details.
Can I end this episode of the show? And thank you for joining us,
Yeah,
Michael.
pleasure.
Michael.
Pleasure.
I
as
will
always.
end this with maybe
poem.
some words of optimism.
Oh,
Okay.
Oilers Daily tweeting, looks like Draisaitl will be playing tomorrow night. Unlikely we see McDavid in the lineup tomorrow. Wait.
Oh.
Jack Michaels quote tweets it. I would not agree with the second half of this suggestion.
pulsating action.
McDavid watch. The second McDavid watch of the year.
Jack is going to make tomorrow's game sound like the greatest. You give him 21 days rest mid-season. He's going to
Shot out
come
of a
back.
cannon.
Oh, my goodness. He's going to be ready to go.
I'm going to cry when I hear the first. He brings in Louis DeBrusque, and I hear the first partner.
yeah.
We got a big one. Oh, let's go, Jack.
That man right there.
Can I end it on one other note, which is just hilarious?
Sure.
Snoop Dogg has bought a team, Swansea City,
Swansea.
which I do believe is Jay likes Swansea City. Snoop Dogg has bought them, and they are currently going around a sold-out stadium, and Snoop Dogg is just walking around with his entourage. No one
cool.
can see this.
Wow.
There he is, Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
That is
They
all.
were in the Premiership 15 years ago, roughly.
Barclays.
Wales.
Yeah, yeah,
Wales for you. That's fun.
yeah.
Tomorrow, Jay, game day. Thinking maybe Doobie one day this week. Jeff Merrick will join us, I think, on Friday this week. So we got some friends joining us over the next few shows, and we will have hockey to talk about. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Enjoy your Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow, noon Mountain. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.